Hey, what's up, guys? Ronin Man here. Okay, I'm just gonna show you one of my main secrets to, I would say, many aspects of my life is what I eat and put in my body. And I'm gonna roll it down. I'm gonna break it down. And there's a lot of different aspects to it. So let's so be ready for some good information here. I'm gonna try to hit it from every angle so I can just do one video. And this is my breakfast, by the way. So, okay, so first thing I want to say is mindset. Mindset is very important, especially for men, because a lot of guys feel that subconsciously, right? We're trained, men eat meat, men barbecue. There's a certain kind of thing that men do. Men are like this. And of course, it's easy to get overcome this stuff, but this stuff sticks in your mind. This stuff does subconsciously sticks in your mind. I know when I started yoga, one of my things was, dude, I'm not a yoga guy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not into the whole mindset of yoga. I'm not into it all, but I'm into the physical. So I want to give you the mindset of how I eat. And when it really helps me, actually, really fucking helps me. So the way I think of myself is, I didn't have a word for it until one of my friends told me, okay, here's my coffee, by the way. Now, what I do is I just take instant coffee and I just put it in my mouth, and then I take a drink of water and wash it down. And basically, I like to do it this way because when I make a cup of coffee, I tend to drink it to the bottom. I don't know about you. If I buy a cup of coffee at Starbucks, I'm going to drink it to the very bottom, but I might not need all that caffeine, right? Every day I need a little bit different depending on how I feel. So what I do is, with the reason why I use instant coffee, here in Thailand, by the way, it's very cheap. And beans are expensive and kind of cumbersome because it's a tea country, right? So I would do different in the States. In the States, I would probably buy Kirkland coffee at Costco, get that big multiple pound ground one that's super cheap. That's probably what I would do. But here in Thailand, what I do is I do this instant coffee, and the mindset that I have came from a viewer comment or a friend's comment, and he said, because I was eating the coffee with the beans alone, and he said that's Ranger coffee, and I said, okay, Ranger, right? I'm not an expert on Rangers, but to me, Ranger is a badass guy in the field who doesn't have a stove, who doesn't have a kitchen, so he has to eat without any smoke, without any quickly, and without any hassle, right? And he doesn't want to carry a lot of extra gear. And that's the way I live my life. So I like that. I like that Ranger coffee. And I've extrapolated Ranger coffee to Ranger food. And Ranger, kind of like, Ronin life, it's like Ranger, It's you got Ronin is this obviously the samurai without a master wandering out. And a Ranger is kind of a modern day Ronin, except for the fact that he works for the U.S. government and has to do whatever the boss says. And that's a big difference. Big difference. If you're supposed to kill somebody, you have to kill that guy. A Ronin doesn't have to do anything. He can judge things, right? So, but either way, the Ranger thing works really well for food. And if you get the mindset, like when I'm struggling against something, like really hard, like something's really difficult, which is not common for me, only a few times in my life, I imagine myself as Rambo in Rambo 1, Like that's the kind of thing. Like I have these images that help me I imagine myself as that character, and that gives me strength to go through this difficult thing. So with food, I think food is so important to your sleep, health, your wallet, everything. It's just so important that don't let yourself slip because of a subconscious thing, is what I'm saying. Don't underestimate your subconscious mind and your willingness to, or your desire to kind of go along with society, make things easy. I do this. It's very fast, very cheap, very easy. So, for example, this coffee here cost me 29 baht, so it's like less than $1. That lasts about 3 days, something like that, something like 3 days or so, right? So that's basically what I do there, and that's my coffee. That's what I do first, and I kind of get myself juiced up, get myself ready, and as usual with digestion, what I like to do is obviously I'm drinking water with the coffee. I like to digest that water before I start eating. So in other words, if your stomach is releasing acid when you digest food. And if you drink a lot of water with your food, or if you have a lot of water in your stomach when you eat, you're going to need more acid. So I'm always thinking of a better way to do things and a better way to live my life. And I got this idea from my grandfather adopted a Down syndrome boy. And he was he was really bad Down syndrome. So he would come to our house when we were kids, and he was very natural. He did exactly what he wanted to do all the time. He never did anything that anybody wanted him to do. Like he would rock in the corner. He would walk in people's houses, start watching TV. He would just see a TV in the window. He'd just walk in and sit down and start watching TV, right? He didn't realize it wasn't his house. He wasn't supposed to be there. But somehow he survived, he somehow made it, right? I think if he was alive today, he'd be in his 80s. But he actually won a bunch of medals at the Special Olympics, which is funny because my family never talked about it. But that was pretty cool. It's sprinting and stuff. He was real strong, like 6'5" and everything. But what I learned from him was interesting. I would watch him, and he was very unusual, right? I was a little kid, right? So I'd watch this severe Down syndrome kid come to our house once in a while. For a couple of weeks. So I had time to watch him. He would wake up early. I would wake up early. So he'd be downstairs. I'd be downstairs. I'd be looking at him, right? And what he would do when he would eat is everybody else has a big drink. They got their big drink with their food, right? And Johnny never had that. Johnny did not want to drink with food. So what he would do is he would eat, and then when he was done, he'd sit down somewhere, rock around, and then when he was ready, he would go get a glass of milk, a big glass of milk from the fridge, and just drink that sucker down. And I've come to realize the wisdom of that. That kid was really listening to his body. And with your stomach, once you hear what I'm saying now, I suspect this will change your life forever, is you don't want a bunch of liquid in your stomach when you're eating. You want to eat. You want the minimum acid to come in and digest that food, the food to move away, and then you want to drink. That's the basic mindset. This will allow you to release less acid in your stomach. You'll have less stomach problems. Everything works better, okay? You do not want to, it's like paint thinner or whatever. If you needed paint thinner and you add a bunch of water to it, you're going to need more paint thinner and it's not going to work as well, right? Very simple. So allow your body to work well, Make it easy for your body to work well. That's what I do. And then also make it easy on yourself and very cheap. So these vegetables here, all these vegetables, everything here that you see here cost me about, let's see here. How much did it cost me? It cost me, let me think here. It was 80 baht. So just over $2. Now, not including the can. The can was another 50 cents. Another 18 baht or 14. Something like that. Yeah, another 50 cents, let's say. So we have, let's say $3 total here, basically, right? Exactly $3. We got $3 worth of food. A lot of people think that you need to spend a lot of money to eat well. And this is just simply not true. This is the biggest bullshit you've ever been taught. Is that, in the ghetto, you can't eat well. No one can afford it. You have to have privilege and be rich. And you guys that know me, I grew up in a trailer park. It was not an easy background, and I have managed to pull myself up. So there's no excuse why you can't change. Even if you didn't get the education when you're younger, you're getting it now, right? And take advantage of it. Take advantage of the education that's available today for free online. It's amazing. I do. I know I do. I learn all the time. So, okay, let me give you the mindset. What I do here. Okay, so I try to buy, and now these aren't specifically chosen. I went to my nearby market and I just bought some stuff. I bought whatever they had fresh that looked good, right? So I buy one green vegetable, always one green vegetable, like leafy vegetable. And that has, essentially what you can do, you have two ways of living. You can either spend your whole life studying like the specifics of things, or you can just follow rules that work, right? You can study why sleep works, why humans need sleep, blah, 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 blah. Or you can just go to sleep early, right? And wake up and feel good. So I think with food, if you want long term, you want to learn, that's fine, but make it easy on yourself. Okay, just make it very, very easy. So the way I look at it here is I go for one green leafy vegetable. The next thing I think is I try to buy various colors of food, and that gives you various vitamins. Okay, what you're looking for is you're looking for variety, and you're looking for a full range of vitamins for your body, right? So I have green, I have white, these are garlic, I have various tomatoes there. That's not by accident, by the way. I have some kind of weird Thai vegetable here, which is very spicy flavored. And I like that one because it's so unusual. It like burns in my mouth. So I know that it's just basically, I know that it's full of things that I don't usually get. And that's kind of the way your mindset. This is the easy mindset is you want different colors. Okay, I have yellow. I got baby bamboo there. Baby bamboo is awesome, by the way. It's one of my favorites. I always have some red tomatoes because they don't always have these variety here. This is like a really good day here because I got all these ones. Now, these ones here are cool because there's even a variety inside the bag. And these are the type of vegetables. Okay, there's basically two kinds of vegetables today. There's GMO and there's older non-GMO. Now, I'm not anti-GMO. There's nothing wrong with GMO in my mind. The only thing is, and this is what I love about the Ronin audience, is you guys can handle complexity. Okay, you would think, hey, Ronin's pro-GMO, right? I think it's nice that they're making rice that requires less water so that Africans are not starving, right? I think this is good. I think progress is a good thing. And so that's fine. But where are the limits, or are there any other things to think about? Yes, there are. Variety is your number one friend when you're eating. It is your friend, variety of vegetables. Okay, and so GMO tend to be a monocrop. So you'll have one type of banana, and everybody eats that one banana. You'll have one cabbage, and everybody eats that cabbage. Like this cabbage here is that probably GMO cabbage. It's a standard size, standard color. You can kind of see GMO stuff because it's so beautiful. It's generally like stock. It's standard. When you go to the store, there'll be a pile of them and they all look exactly the same, right? They don't look different like this here. Those ones that look different, you can just tell it's not a moneymaker. It's not a GMO product, right? GMOs, they're very standardized color, standardized shape, right? Okay, so what I do is I just kind of eyeball it. I say, okay, I want different colors. Okay, I got yellow, I got green, I got red, I got white, I got leafy. So there's two different things. There's green, right? There's green. These are small Thai eggplants. And there's green leafy. Those are different. These are different right here. You're going to have very different vitamins in these two. So this variety is good. Now, this here, this one here, I bought this for a very specific reason. The reason why I bought this one, and this is like, if you want to tweak your diet to have the ultimate in health, okay, this is hard. Okay, I didn't cook this. Okay, so I'm just buying these from the store, putting them in the fridge in one bag. I put them all in this one bag. I throw it in my fridge. I did it last night. I threw it in the fridge. I woke up this morning. I washed these off and I ate them. That's it. Okay, that's all I did. It took me 5 minutes to eat. And I feel fucking great. Okay, by the way, I feel really good. And now this one here has an added benefit. Is an old man, when I was a young man, an old man said to me, I was eating all soft food that day, which I didn't even really think about. I was just eating like soft food. And he said, when you get old, if you eat soft food, your teeth are gonna fall out. And he was like in his 70s, and he had all his teeth. And he said, all my friends don't have their teeth anymore. He goes, my secret is that I always eat something that's like kind of big and kind of hard every day. He said, what that does is it massages my gums, and it also works the muscles in my mouth and keeps the blood moving in my mouth so that my mouth stays healthy. Because your mouth is very closely tied to your health, believe it or not. It's much more than you think. A lot of people think it's tied to Alzheimer's, all kinds of stuff. Your mouth is like super important. So keep your teeth healthy. But one of the things is your gums, right? So eating something like this, it allows your what is it? Like you use your mouth muscles, and also it's going to massage your gums. So this is like a perfect thing to throw in there. So I always throw something hard. Carrots have a lot of sugar, so I tend to always stay from carrots, but they have the right consistency to massage my gums. So sometimes I will eat carrots. And when I eat them, I won't eat, I'll just kind of, I'll like bite, I'll bite small amounts all the way through the carrot so that it can massage my gums all the way up, right? So that's what I do with that. The garlic, this garlic used to be a medicine in the old days. You know, there was before doctors, there was very simple medicines. You put whiskey on a cut, right, to anesthetize it or to clean it up, and then you put you ate garlic when you were sick just to keep yourself healthy, right? So what I do is I eat raw garlic every morning, and actually, you know, just so you guys know, I don't know if I said this before, but very interesting. A lot of people will tell you, women will tell you especially, that if you eat garlic, you're going to smell bad and that everybody will stay away from you. But very, very fucking interesting, this one, because they actually did a study of this one. And they did a study, they took men's t-shirts and they had them eat raw garlic and guys not eat raw garlic. And then they put the shirts, you know, to let the women smell them and say which one they were interested in. And it was really interesting. It was very telling. Here's what the result was. The result was that not all women liked the garlic, and not all the time. But the ones who liked the garlic, like the smell of the t-shirt with the man who ate raw garlic, the women who liked that were also ovulating. So they were ready for sex. And they preferred the man who was eating garlic. So eating raw garlic is very, very healthy. Consider it a medicine. Okay, that's how healthy it is. Consider it a medicine. And so you're going to be good eating garlic. I just eat one, by the way. One of these cloves, that's all I eat. I'm good with that. But also remember that if anybody complains about it, usually that's going to be it's going to be a woman who's not ovulating, right? You know what I mean? So if you do want any attention from women, you would want somebody who's ovulating, who's ready to rock and roll, right? And is feeling, as what's his name said, sexy time, right? So, you know, don't worry about what people say anyway. But it is interesting to note. Is don't believe it, because if somebody says it smells terrible, you can kind of guess where they are on the, you know what I mean? You can kind of guess where they are on the cycle, right? So have faith in yourself, eat what you want, but all these little tweaks to your logic help you to eat well every day. Because eating well is so important. You need to kind of nail it I kind of want to nail it from like every angle of my mind so that I don't screw anything up. I don't ever lose my edge. You know, I eat like this every day, guys. So this is not a special day. I'm not doing this to impress anybody. This is literally what I eat. In fact, I didn't even think of filming this until I had a friend visiting recently. And he was asking me, like, he was watching me eat. He's like, dude, that's like, nobody eats like you eat. He's like, you got to film that. And that was why I was like, really? You know, nobody eats like this? Why not? You know? And now that I think about it, whenever I eat like this in front of people are always amazed. But this is like, it's subconscious. Like I eat like this. This is partly why I'm so healthy. I'm 54, got no health problems, don't take any pills. Yeah, don't go to the doctor. You know what I mean? Like the part of the reason is this here. And so when you eat this well, okay, a lot of miraculous things are going to happen to you. A lot, almost unbelievable amount. Okay. For one, you're going to get a variety of of vitamins, so you won't need supplements like most people. Most people, they need supplements. The reason why is because they're eating a lot of bread, a lot of rice. You know, it doesn't have the vitamins, the minerals, the nutrients, the variety of things that they need. And there are some people that are doing it, but they're like, I don't know, they're like hand job vegans, spending tons of money on crazy shit. You know, super fucking food supplement, fucking hand job bullshit. None of that stuff is necessary, okay? It is not necessary, okay? Just erase that from your mind. You're a fucking ranger. You eat ranger food. You eat it when you want, how you want, logically, and you don't give a fuck, okay? And you just fucking move forward. And you will look awesome. This stuff here, you want to be better looking? I'm telling you right now. This shit here, eat like this for 6 months. Go look in the mirror. That's all I'm saying. Right now. Go look in the mirror now. Take a picture. eat like this for 6 months, go look in the mirror again. So it's not just healthy. It's not just less doctors. It's not just less bills. It's not wasted time reading and studying because you don't need to. Some things you don't need to study. They're simple. A man's diet is vegetables mainly. Okay? That is what a human needs. A human needs this right here. Now, I'm not against meat. I love meat. Okay? I'm not into killing animals too much, but I do eat a lot of meat. So, we're all imperfect beings on our own thing. And I still eat meat, and I fucking love meat. And I think men need meat more than women, personally, And I like the fact that there's iron in it and things like that, that kind of give me those key ingredients that a man needs. But either way, this is kind of like, this is the main part of a meal. So I eat this first, and then I what I do is, here's what I did. I'm going to show you my kind of thinking on this one. Okay. So I want to have, it's been proven that when you have oil with vegetables, your body can absorb the nutrients much better. If you don't have oil with your vegetables, you tend to piss them out. A lot of that vitamins, and it's easy to test because you can test urine very easily. A lot of the vitamins don't get absorbed in the stomach. You need something to mix in there, and your stomach needs it in order to absorb that. Now, oil is also good for you, right? Like, good oils are very necessary for your body. So it's not just to absorb more, it's also fucking good, and it fills you up so that you're not starving all day, right? So depends on the day for me. Okay, generally I will just eat the vegetables, and then I will wait a little bit, and then I'll go get some protein. But really the best, no, you know what I'll do? I just remembered. I'll always have peanuts, because that has oil in it. So I'll have some peanuts with my vegetables if I don't want meat. And that gives me the oil without having the meat yet. Sometimes I don't feel quite up for it. I wake up early. I wake up like 6 o'clock. So I don't often want meat at 6 in the morning, It's now like getting on 8. It's 8:30 now. So I still don't want meat generally. But I do want something today because I worked out really hard the last couple of days. And I just feel a little bit like I need fucking more. Okay, that's basically my feeling. It's a very simple feeling, right? Feel your body, man. Feel your fucking body. Okay, so when I need more, what do? Okay, now this here is mackerel. I don't know if you can read that. It's mackerel in a can. Now these are Thai. This is black pepper sauce. Now these are the tastiest fish in Thailand, in my opinion. I've tried all the cans. This is by far the tastiest fish. By far. This one is so good. Hard to find though. If you find it, like Top Supermarket has it. So what I recommend doing is wherever you are, why I really like canned fish. I really, really, really like canned fish. The reason is because canned fish, there's so many reasons. And these are not small reasons. The canned fish tends to be small fish. So it's not like big fish. So for example, like tuna, shark, swordfish tend not to come in cans. They tend to put the kind of throwaway fish or the fish that, not the big money fish into the cans. And the thing is, that's good because these are the fish with the least amount of, now I don't know if mackerel is one of, mackerel actually has a higher, mercury than some of the other small fish, like sardines and things. But basically like small fish generally have less mercury. It's kind of a rule. Now, I'm not saying it's true 100%. I'm just saying follow the basics in life. Life is busy. You are busy. You have shit to do. Get yourself on track. Get a good habit like this, and then just move forward. And then every once in a while, reevaluate it. But you don't have to spend a lot of time on this. I don't spend any fucking time on this. This that I'm filming right now, this is like 5 days worth of breakfast for me, time-wise. You know what I mean? To explain it. But I think it's important. So let me just break it down here. So the oil helps me to digest the vegetables better. So that's one thing. Now there is some natural oil in vegetables, so it's not like they don't have any oil at all. So it does naturally kind of fix itself a little bit. But I like to supplement it, and that means something with oil. So it could be peanuts, cashews, fish. Now canned fish. Okay, why is canned fish so cool? Besides the fact that they're small, they tend to have less mercury in general. And again, mackerel might be an exception, but Like sardines are great. So why are canned fish so good? The reason why is because they're in cans. Canning is something that is like old school, but canning is fucking awesome. And when they check a food that's been canned versus fresh, a lot of time the canned food has more vitamins than the fresh. And the reason is because, they can it near the source. So they might have like a canning facility on top of, on the ship. So they catch the fish, they wash it, they put it through the canning thing, boom, they have cans on the ship. It's like very, very fresh. So whenever you preserve things, immediately you're going to have more vitamins, more minerals, and less decay, which is fresh is always going to have more decay. Now, I like fresh vegetables, no doubt about it. But like fish, this fish here is probably better than raw than fresh fish. Unless you're on the ocean, unless you're like fishing for it, then it's like obviously better. But, it's all a compromise. Modern society. Number 2, canned fish is cheap. There's always a cheap canned fish. Always, 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 always. You can always look around, check a few shops. You're going to find a cheap canned fish, the dollar shop, whatever. There's going to be canned fish. It's not popular. This is not hand job fucking Beverly Hills food. So it tends to be, it's easy to store. You can have like hundreds of cans. It's fine, right? They do eventually get old, but you can have a lot of this in your house. And that's what I like about it too. It's like you want your life to be easy. You don't want to always be running out and running to the store. Canned fish is perfect to have around the house. You pull it out, you eat it, you're done. You look in there, you're running out, you go get some more. And then you're always like, it's always ready to go. And this is what you want your life to be like. So that you don't have to rely on discipline. Don't rely on discipline. If you rely on discipline to eat well, you will be overweight and unhealthy. You need to have it so it's so simple that you can't, I don't have anything in my house. This is all I have to eat. There's nothing, because I only eat breakfast at home. So this is all I have. I got this in a bag. This is it, guys. And then that's it. This is all I have at home, period. I have no other food in the house. This is it, man. There's nothing else, okay? There is fucking nothing else. And I buy all this stuff for just for $3, right? Less than $3 of the vegetables. And then I eat it for 2 or 3 days, and then I buy another one, right? That's it. I keep it fresh. I go buy it. I eat it. I go buy it. I eat it. I go buy it. Eat it. My breakfast costs $1 a day, right? Something like that. And you can see that it's like super fucking healthy. And I do feel fantastic. I can tell you, I think this is my secret. I really think this is one of my main secrets, is because a lot of people eat vegetables, but the way they eat them is so hand job complicated. You know what I mean? Like you need to cut this, you need super this, and you need to plan this, you need to weigh this. Fuck all that shit. Go for variety of colors, variety of types, like leafy versus this. Go for something that massages your gums. Go for some oil so you can digest it. And boom, you're done with your fucking breakfast. Okay? This will get you off on the right start for the day. We'll talk about the other things. Some people ask me about the recipe for the soup. Eventually, I will do the soup, but I got to get I don't have a pressure cooker here in Thailand because it's so hot here. It doesn't really match as well as it did in Tokyo and Shanghai and in California. But I will get one eventually, and I'll do the soup that I make, which is fucking great too for lunch and dinner. And I actually miss it right now. But here in Thailand, there's so much food that's made, that's healthy, that's out on the street and like places I go, that I don't have the need to cook as much as I would in other places. Because I don't mind cooking. I just like to do it Ronin man style. Fucking fast, fucking easy, fucking standardized, and fucking healthy as fuck. And also, not hand jobby, not expensive, not crazy. You know what I mean? Like the basics, the good shit, easy, man. That's what you want. This is the kind of life you want, man. Eat like this for 6 months, guys. Eat like this. Eat breakfast like this for 6 months. And what will happen to you? This is what's going to happen. I'm telling you right now. You can tell me if this is true for you. Okay, when I wake up in the morning, when I used to not know this when I was younger, and I remember there would be some days when I would have some like really crappy food around the house, or when I lived in the fraternity house when I was in college, there'd be like chips laying around, beer laying around, cake left over from the night before, just crap laying around the kitchen, right? And I would go in there and I would eat something like that. And what that would do is it would set my mind, my body in motion for a day of shitty eating. So what I ate first determined the rest of my day in many ways, more than I wanted to admit. It's that got me off on the wrong foot. It got me with a sugar high. It just didn't set me in the right course. And this here you're looking at here is the opposite. When you have this in a bag, you fucking eat it, you fucking put it away, and you go do your thing, you will feel good about yourself, and you'll feel good about your body, and your body will start changing. It will start changing. Now, again, this is not like steroids. It's not tomorrow you're going to wake up and look completely different. This is your body is all you have. And this here, healthy food, what this does is it gives you also, in addition to being healthy, it gives you a resiliency so that you can dig down deeper when tough things happen. Like when you're trying to do something that's not easy, you're trying to overcome a challenge, you're trying to learn something, you're trying to master some new skill. You need that internal well of deep energy and what do you call it? Like you need something there, man. You need to have some gas in the tank. This here will give you that gas so that you can go ahead and you don't waffle. So you know what you need to do and you'll go do it. Much better than when you don't feel good, when you don't feel healthy. And then that makes you want to I'll just go back to doing things the way I used to. It's like, no, I know now I need to do this for myself. I'm going to go do it. When you eat a good food in the morning and it goes through your body and you start to, one last thing. After I eat like this, okay, what you want to do is take a couple of seconds, the first time especially, the first few times. I do it periodically. I think this is important. Personally, I feel for me. And I've never heard this anywhere else, but I think this is important because now you're changing your life. You're doing stuff that's going to change you in ways you can't even imagine. So what you want to do is you want to almost close your eyes after you eat this and feel your body absorbing this good stuff. Feel it. You can almost feel it. You can feel it going in your body. You can feel your back straight. You can feel your blood clean. You can feel your mind clean. You feel like just remember that your body, what you eat and what you think creates your feelings, and those create your emotions, and those create your self-concept, your self-esteem. So if you want to be outside society, right? If you want to be Ronin, you need the energy, right? You need you can't lose focus, right? You want to keep on the right track in life. Once you discover something good, you don't want to go back because that feels even worse, right? Good food, good health will allow you to keep your eye on the ball on the things that are important. So you're doing this easy, you're doing it fast, but what it's doing is then it's allowing you to have the energy to do the things that aren't easy and fast, okay? Like if you want to learn something, right? You want to get good at something. You want to master something, right? You're studying engineering. You want to be, or you're trying to do something new. You whatever it is, you're focused on some difficult task. This will give you that reserve in your mind, body, and focus and emotions. Also, emotions. I think that bad food is probably, personally, does not prove anything. This is this is what I think from watching people. And I've seen it a lot. I think that food is one of the main reasons why kids are now being diagnosed with supposed ADHD. Is they're eating bad food, a lot of sugar, and then they are acting up, right? We eat good food, you will definitely act up less. Because not just the kids act up, adults act up, right? You will get in less fights at work, you will be nicer, you will feel better, you'll be able to protect yourself better, you'll be able to focus on the things you want to focus on better. Kind of everything is a little bit easier, right? You might be to say, you're somewhere and somebody does something that's, it's kind of frustrating, like, you know what I mean? Like just being a bonehead. If you feel good, you're just gonna be like, whatever. Yeah, okay, let's move on. Whereas when you feel bad is when you tend to like stumble into something where you start to, you kind of get into it. And you don't want to do that. As little as possible, you want to do that. But if you have the reserves, then you have both the ability to avoid it, or if it's important, You have the ability to face it and fucking get it over with. Do the confrontation that's necessary. Tell them what you need to tell them. Protect yourself, right? You got the energy to do that, right? So there you go. There's some motivation to get you in the right, improving your life, right? So eat like this for 6 months, okay? Start doing this. You, right here, start doing this and watch your life change. I'm serious. You can do whatever you want the other 2 meals to start, but do this in the morning and see how it changes your life. See how it changes your thinking. See how it changes your days. It's going to change your bills right away because this is cheaper than anything else. This is cheap, man. This is fucking not expensive. And it's like people just imagine that good things are all expensive and no one can afford it. Get all this crap out of your mind. Vegetables are cheap, man. Small fish in cans. Oh, right. Oh, one really important thing I forgot. Okay, really important. Okay, I forgot this. This is like really important. Okay, so when they can fish, I can't remember the name of the chemical, but they put a bad chemical in there. It's terrible for you. So what I do, and also they do there's a lot of salt and oil and sugar and MSG and all kinds of things in canned fish. Now, also, because they cook it all together with the bones, you get the calcium from the bones. You get the internals from the brains and the fish. You get the head. You get the eyes. Everything cooked in there, right? So you get a lot of good stuff. Okay. Actually, this one doesn't have the head. Some of them do. Some of the small ones do. Those are really good for you. But how do I avoid the bad things in the fish? What I do is I thought about this for years because I don't like that chemical. I can't remember what it's called, but there's a certain chemical they use in all canning. They have to use, and it's not good for you. So what I do is I buy this fish, I open it up, and I rinse it off. So I put it in my hand underneath the tap, and I rinse it off totally. I turn it all around. I kind of move it around. Any kind of little tiny chunks, I let them fall down. And then I wash the fish off totally, and then I eat it. Now, it still has the black pepper flavor, so it's still got that flavor that I like, but it doesn't have the salt, sugar, and things like that. Now, obviously, there's a tiny bit that's going to be soaked into the fish and this and that, but you're gonna get rid of almost 100%. Like 99% of the bad stuff gets washed off when you wash it off on your hands. So that's what I do. I wash fish off every time. And that washes off a lot of bad stuff. You just want the fish. Now, I do want the bones too. This is another reason, like I said, to have a small fish in addition to the mercury situation. But I want to have the bones because that's calcium. Calcium is very, very important, right? It's this variety. But again, I don't think this stuff. I just eat and I'm done. But I think it once, like you guys are right now, and then it's in my mind, and then it's standardized. It's in I look in the fridge and there's this bag of shit. I take it out. Maybe I want some garbage, but this is all I have. So I don't need discipline. I just fucking, I'm like, I would rather have some garbage, but it's not here. So I'll just eat this and then I'll go out, right? You don't want to make it where you have to go out to get good stuff. You want it easy so that it's difficult to get bad stuff. That's the way you want to set up your life. So it's easy to eat good stuff. It's difficult to eat bad stuff. And that will protect you from your own human nature. So there you go. Ronin Man, breakfast. Boom, I feel great. And I'm going to have a great day. I hope you guys do too.